Built in 1928 for $130,000 by notorious rumrunner, this home was once known as the Devonshire Lodge. Today, we know this as the Lomarn Mansion, and we have the opportunity to meet the current homeowner, Vern. So come on, let's go knock on his door.
Hey Raz.
Hey Vern.
Welcome to my Walkerville home. Come on in, let me show you around.
Awesome, can't wait.
So this is the great room. So the great room itself sort of steps down, a couple of steps. It gives us high ceilings. All the plaster work is obviously very custom. And even if you look at the rosettes that go around the bordering of the house, each one is different. They're all very similar, but they're not the same. But each one was hand done, so every one of them is different. Even this fireplace is now not a limestone, and the limestone itself was very popular in the 20s.
Sure.
And so this, made for a great room to just sit in.
Can you tell me a little bit about the history of this house? I mean, it's so well known in Walkerville.
Yeah, it's one of those homes that was built in 1928, and it was built by a rumrunner. And obviously, based on the size of the home, he was obviously quite successful.
Yeah.
And I think just that history in itself, starting out in the 1920s, and then, it sort of progressed, and then Paul Martins lived here. So really, it's just kind of a string of pretty crazy little characters that have been in this house.
Yeah.
This is the library. So this was always the library, and as you can see that there's lots of light coming in here. So sitting in here and just, sitting down, having a book, reading a book is pretty special. But what I did in here is I changed it completely. I wanted to keep within the feel of the house, but I wanted to be able to live here.
The one thing I like about this room is, like, now that you've told me it's renovated, if you didn't, I probably wouldn't have known.
Right.
And I like that because a lot of people, when they do renovations, they don't bring it back to the era that it was, and then it's like it's chopped up.
And that was the whole goal here. Even if you look at the grates on the wall, those grates were here before, and we just did the cabinet design around the grates.
Did Better Made Cabinets do
Better Made Cabinets absolutely did it. And Better Made, this is the kind of stuff that we do. We do very custom stuff. So this house was ideal for me and Better Made Cabinets. So we were able to take this house and actually transform it, but keep it 1928. So this is the main entrance to the house. It's the main entrance to the house. And this is the stairwell that goes to the upper level.
Yeah.
And as you can see, just the detail in this, this spiral staircase and just the curves.
I didn't realize wood could do this.
Yes. It takes a lot of encouraging for it to do that.
Yeah.
So that is so costly. And when we looked through this house, that was just a common thing. Like they would just curve everything. It was just like, that's what they did because they were craftsmen.
This room's making me hungry. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah. Well, this is the dining room. So this is a great place for family.
Yeah.
I'd never really had a super big dining room before.
Yeah.
So this was pretty special to me. So the table itself was custom made by Better Made. So we made that. We made the chairs. And this is just really great. It has all this woodwork. It has the great ceiling details.
The lighting in here,
Yeah. So it's just a great, cozy place to just sit.
Yeah. I've never seen a fridge like this.
Yes.
Like, obviously we're in the kitchen, the granite and everything, but like a fridge like that, what is that?
Yeah,
like,
it's definitely a rarity. So this is an old ice box. So this is the original ice box.
Wow.
This ice box and that sink, they're original to the house.
Yeah.
But the nice thing with this is because this kitchen doesn't have a whole lot of storage.
Yeah.
So what I did is I took it to Better Made and we made it a cabinet.
Wow.
So we took the fridge part out, but we made it storage space, and then I put the fridge over here.
Oh, okay, I wouldn't have guessed that. How much renovation have you put in this house?
The house was purchased in 2012, and it took exactly 2 years. 2 years, and I had a crew of 2 to 10 people here, 24/7.
How much do you think you've spent here doing renovations?
Millions.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was a deep pocket endeavor.
Wow. It was a passion project.
Yeah. Would I do it again? That's
the question.
That's a different episode.
You brought an artistic touch to it, but it still ties into the history.
Yes.
But it's a completely different feel in
Yeah,
here.
yeah. It was just more of a tribute to the 1920s. This time period, you know, with the rum running and the prohibition and that sort of stuff. So I literally just gathered it from the internet. I sent it to the graphics designer. I said, I need wallpaper. He says, I don't do wallpaper. He says, I do car wraps. I do car wraps. I don't do wallpaper.
Yeah.
I said, no, we're doing wallpaper today.
Why are the rails so low?
Well, that was just the standard. That was code. Like now they would not pass code. It would not pass code, but now, you know, that was done 100 years ago, so it just...
As a guy scared of heights, I don't want to get too close to this, but I can appreciate it for what it is.
In here, there was extensive renovations in here. This used to be just a flat ceiling at one time. Then we opened it up because I wanted to have access to the lights or the windows that were in the attic.
Yeah.
And we just kind of created this sort of look. And this is typical of what we would do with my company. We do very customized stuff. And this is just it's just a feature.
I love the bookshelves up there.
Yeah. But it's not practical at all. Yeah. But it just looks cool.
You need an NBA player to get up there.
Exactly. And then once this room was finished, we had to come up with a bed that was suited to this room. And I couldn't find anything. I went to Chicago, I went to Toronto, and I just wanted to buy a bed.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen. So I just went
back. Well, how many houses like this exist?
Right. So I went back to the facility and I said, listen, guys, we're making a bed today.
Vern, we all got to go to the bathroom, but if you're going to go to a bathroom, this is the bathroom. This is quite the vibe in here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And interestingly, if you look into the shower, you'll see the valves coming out of the wall, and people think that I've added that. Yeah. But there was always a body shower in here. So 100 years ago,
they had body showers.
They had the body shower. Then I just have those because to
think these companies made this up.
Yeah.
Nowadays. Right. And this tile's original?
It's all original tile.
Yeah.
And so the whole house was sort of themed based on the tile that was existing. Yeah. So whether it was a pink room, blue room, green room, so the room itself was sort of decorated around the color of the tile. This is a coach house, and it was mainly to house the staff. Yeah. So staff would stay there, just the manpower for the house, whether it was cleaning, cooking, repairs. So they would stay in there. There's also a 3-car garage. This one here goes in and out the back. Yeah. And there's 2 other.
So it's like a drive-through garage.
Yes. Yeah. And as far as the house goes, if you look at even this coach house and the main house, the roofs themselves undulate.
That is the number one thing you realize from the road driving by is the roof. There's nothing like it in Windsor. Now we mentioned there's people that renovate that you said are very specialized in doing the renovations or restorations of this age. Are there architects that you would say specialize in this type of work?
Again, I think you're really searching to find that person because everybody's really modern. Everybody wants to draw boxes. It's very difficult to find somebody that will, take it to this degree. Yeah. Because this is just like insanity. Yeah. Like even if you look at the corners of the house, so they've taken the block itself, they've mitered it to wrap around the corner. Wow. But to do that on the whole house is craziness. That kind of stuff would have taken somebody forever. Yeah. Like just Geppetto over here just banging on a rock.
Vern, thanks a lot, buddy. It's been a pleasure seeing your house and getting to know you today. Yeah. It's been eye-opening, and I can't thank you enough.
I've had a blast myself. Had a great time.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.